All right, Washington State head baseball coach Brian Green joins us now, previewing a four-game trip, non-conference trip over to Seattle to face Seattle U twice and University of Washington twice, both non-conference. First question is going to be from Jamie Vinnick and Kook fan. Go ahead, Jamie.
Hey, Coach. Just to confirm with the schedule, you guys play Seattle U and UW on Friday?
That's correct, Jamie. Yeah, it's Seattle Thursday. Double dip is one Seattle and then one UW on Friday, and then one against UW on Saturday, and then we'll come home after that game with Sunday being off. They had some scheduling with soccer playing as well, so we needed to be creative for them to be able to host both events at UW.
Have you ever had that where you play two separate teams in one day?
I have just a couple years ago. When we were at Kentucky, we did that in a tournament, but it should be fun. Yeah, it'd be a little baseball heaven.
How do you begin to kind of prepare your pitching for that? It's hard enough to prepare them for a 3-game series or a 4-game series, but when you've got 2 in a day, how do you kind of keep your bullpen fresh?
Yeah, it's going to be a real challenge, and we're going to take as many people as the COVID and the roster will allot for us to take, but we'll be taking a lot of arms. But when we go into it, it's just literally we'll be looking at it, Jamie, as if Friday game 1 is one game and not a day, because we're playing at 1 o'clock and then you got a 7 or 11 and 7. So with the space in between, they're 2 totally separate games is how we'll work it and how we'll view it.
How do you see your rotation going outside of Zane and Brandon in the top 2?
Yeah, we're going to have to piece that a little bit. 4-game series are tough, and they're tough for everybody right now. But Bryce will go on Thursday. He's been so good for us out of the pen. We love Dakota out of the pen. We like Will out of the pen. I know we threw him into that starter role this week, but that's really a committee start position for us. So you'll see Bryce and you'll see obviously Brandon and Zane, and then we'll just TBA it on Saturday, seeing where we are with those 3 games in 2 days.
So Bryce will go Thursday, and then Zane and Brandon will each go Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not sure which is going to go against which yet, but they'll both be on Friday, yeah.
The one thing, the pitchers for the most part did fairly well against Seattle, but there were 7 wild pitches in the last 2 games. How is that something that you and Coach Claggett can kind of address to kind of, just keep the ball to where the catcher can get to it?
Yeah, and they were. We had some huge misses, and it's mental conditioning, mental training, and breathing, relaxation, confidence, throwing it where you want to throw it. And, but we had some real humchucks, and we'll talk about it today in our classroom setting, just in terms of process and one pitch at a time. And really just, kind of getting into them a little bit is, hey, trust your stuff. Let's not overcook this thing. And because you're right, Jamie, there were certainly some pitches, and nobody's harder on our catching than I am, as you guys know. And Meyer's been, we've put him in almost every day. He's done such a good job. But when your catcher's diving, you got a problem. But like you said, for the most part, we were pretty good this weekend. But, a few guys were just mentally, they've got to find their routines back. Those big misses are a total lack of concentration.
Do you have an update on Cody's status injury wise?
Yeah, he looks great. I would think we'll see him this weekend. I don't know if it'll be to Saturday. We're hoping for Friday, but he's doing great. There's no break, so he's in a really good spot. We're just waiting for a little swelling to go down. But I would expect to see him back this weekend. He's doing great with everything. So it was we dodged a bullet there. That was quite a scare, but nothing's broken.
You're still shooting for next week with Kyle Russell, or do you think he'll be available this weekend?
Yeah, probably next week again. Probably 1 week. He'll travel with us, so and we'll rehab with him, and his rehab's going great. He's just such a special player, and but probably a week away.
Great, thanks, Skip. Good luck this week.
Thanks, Jamie.
All right, Coach. Next question is going to be from Scott Hood. Go ahead, Scott.
Hey, Coach.
Hey, Scott.
What's good and what's bad about playing the same team 2 consecutive weekends?
Well, the good part is we know each other. So, and then the bad part is you might take your preparation for granted, particularly the fact that we're going to play that same team before going into UW. So that's a bad part where, you can get a little comfortable, and then you've got 2 more games against somebody you don't know. I think the challenging part for us will be the preparation on the road. We really like to work. Like, for example, today we'll go out and we'll try to shape the breaking balls that we're going to see against Seattle. And you try to do that for a potential Thursday, Friday, that makes it a challenge because they have different staffs and different stuff. So we'll take a machine on the road and try to replicate that as well. But I'm really big on that with our hitters. But I think that's probably the biggest part, is just the preparation. In terms of seeing the same team back-to-back weeks, our guys are doing a great job of enjoying competing and getting after it. So I'm not worried about any dullness or anything like that. Our guys are hungry to be 9-2 or happy to be 9-2 and to continue to kind of drive towards, picking the program off the mat. So our kids have done a really good job to this point.
If I recall, Bryce Moyle came to Washington State initially as a walk-on quarterback. I think he was a pretty good high school quarterback as well. I mean, do you like pitchers like that who are lead athletes in two sports?
Well, we would love two-sport athletes. We'd have as many of them as possible if we could. It gives you such a different feel, and I think it really puts the emphasis on the feel of being an athlete. But with regards to Bryce, he's just done such a good job, and he was really sharp for us last year. He had a start or two last year, and with as many left-handed lineups as we've seen, he's been really crucial for us out of the bullpen. We were hoping that Ethan can start to match what Bryce and Mike have done. That would give us 3 left-handers, and then we haven't seen much of Mickey, but Mickey's been okay. Thompson and his outings as well. So, but Bryce just pitches experienced, and he's a guy who can curve and slider and change in both sides. And, he kind of has that 2 or potentially 3 time through stuff in terms of keeping you off balance. So really, really happy with where he is right now in his season. He's done a great job for us.
Sounds like Gunnar Goldsmith had a pretty good weekend last weekend. Now, what has he brought to the second base position?
Well, Gunnar has got unbelievable baseball feel. And that was one of the reasons why, and Marty had committed him prior to, but I've known Pete Savage obviously as a brother to John.
Right.
And, and Pete just said, Brian, this guy's a real baseball player, just a real baseball player, and what he did when Cody went down, to step into the box as a freshman in a big spot, tight spot, games on the line. 0-2 and he ends up getting 3 pitches, puts it in play, and then it's an HBP, and then it's a base hit, and he gets 3 hits yesterday on Sunday. What he does is he doesn't try to do too much. He understands who he is. He's 5'9", 5'8". He's a switch hitter. He tries to put the ball in play. He tries to drive pitch count. He's got good feel, and he's been awesome. And I think he had 10 at bats prior to the weekend, but he's given us a real potential guy who can play short, play second, play third, not scared. And he plays like a coach's kid, and he's performing. Great story. But I think the most exciting thing for us when you look at a guy like Gunnar is he's the guy who's at the top step, and he's one of the best dugout guys of that freshman class. So when he gets his opportunity, he's prepared because he's been playing games without playing. And I think that's what's really a mark of a good baseball player is you're getting the reps even when you're not in. He's done that. So the fact that we've given him an opportunity now, which he's earned, door opened up for him. He's jumped in. He's prepared, and he's done a really good job of paying attention on the bench.
You've obviously been involved in a lot of rivalries in your coaching career, most recently New Mexico State.
Yeah.
So are you looking forward to playing UW, even though I guess it might be a bit strange because these games really aren't conference games per se?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, because I haven't been a part of it, so and rivalries are so much fun. Every game's important, but, I come at it where, I won't hype our kids up anymore for UW. I'm sure that's just like New Mexico State or UCLA, USC or Louisville, Kentucky. We just kind of hate each other. That's how it is. But we respect each other, and I know I respect Lindsay and respect their program, and our kids will respect them. But, where I come at it is I understand how important it is to the alum and the fans. And because of that, you've got to do everything in your power to try to win those baseball games. And it's important for the school and the university. And so we will absolutely get after it. And the fun part about those rivalry games is from a preparation standpoint, you never have to worry about your kids not showing up with any energy. You might have to just de-hype them and bring them back down, but that's fun to be a part of.
Thanks, Coach. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Any other questions for Coach? Coach, I got one final thing. What was it like the first weekend at New Look Bailey Brayton Field and that Cougar Baseball Complex?
It was awesome. I mean, we were in the classroom before the game. We're watching video. We're going over notes. The kids are in the nutrition lounge. They're in the locker room. We get to walk out. We get to see some fans who were distanced up and masked up, but we still got to see some fans. We saw a few of the chair crew. They were awesome. After batting practice, the guys got to go back into the locker room. One of the days was cold. It was awesome. And, to break it in with a series win, three series wins in a row, but to break in that home series opener with a series win was great. And the limited fans that were here were great. Katie, and the music and the routines and the rituals that we've got established, being able to do that, walkout songs, all that stuff's really fun. I know our kids really enjoyed it, but the facility's awesome. We're here in the office today, and it's a total game changer.